Hey guys, welcome to Muscle Memory. My name's Malcolm. Now we're talking to who I assume now is the new deathmatch king of professional wrestling. Bear Bronson, how
Oh
are
yeah.
you?
Great, man. Just crushed some sushi about 20 minutes ago,
Yeah,
and I'm feeling fantastic.
hell yeah, man. I love it. Now, I have a hard-hitting journalism question for you. If you were involved in a battle royal of animal-named pro wrestlers, who would win out of these people? Bear Bronson, British Bulldog, Moose, Rhino, Dragon Lee, the Killer Bees, and Mr. Iguana.
Oh my God. Everyone's in their prime.
Everyone's in their prime peak.
Okay. Oh man, it's either Rhino or Moose.
Not you.
Nah, they fucked me up.
You're
Rhino
a
fucked me up.
bear.
Yeah, baby. uh I am wrestling Rhino. It's me and Tremont Bear Dozer versus Tommy Dreamer and Rhino.
There you go.
November 22nd for GCW, but I'm gonna go with the Rhino. I'm gonna
Rhino.
go with the Rhino.
You're a
Hell
bear
yeah, dude.
though. They're huge.
I'm a, I'm also a huge Rhino mark.
Uh, aren't we all?
I
Aren't we all?
love Rhino.
Rhino's the
I'd
best.
give him my best effort.
Yeah.
I'd give him my best effort.
You at least make like the final four, right? Like I feel like you, Mr. Iguana, Moose and Rhino. I can see that.
That's a good Final Four.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
solid Final Four.
Maybe your top two is just you and Rhino at the end, and then Bear loses to
Yeah,
Rhino. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on Creator Wrestlers. Here we
perfect,
go.
perfect,
Hell yeah, man! But
perfect.
the last time I got to see you wrestle in person was at House of Glory, and you're wrestling Zilla Fatu for the Crown Jewel Championship. Now, after that match, like that was such a physical match. Watching it in the crowd, I was like, "Oh my gosh, these guys are gonna kill each other." What was it like wrestling Zilla Fatu in front of that House of Glory cloud or House of Glory crowd?
Intense, man. I'd never wrestled for House of Glory up until that point. Uh, it kind of just came out of the blue. They asked if I was available. I was like, oh hell yeah! I've always wanted to work for House of Glory, and when that graphic dropped, I was like, I got chills. I was like, oh shit. And I knew that was a stacked card.
Yeah,
I knew that was going to be a stacked card, but I knew we were going to stand out. Um, just because him and I are very similar, not only in builds, but like the way we I guess just the way we go hard, you know?
yeah.
Um, and I feel like on paper, what like it was really cool to see the excitement and see like how excited people were for it. Cause even if you even if you've never heard of me, um, you still look at that graphic and you're like, oh, I know what I'm gonna get and I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I feel like we really delivered that intensity and uh the ring could not the ring and the ringside area could not contain us. We brought it up to the stage and the ramp and before the bell even rang.
Yeah.
So that was so fun because to me, I loved starting off the show with that match and we just gave the fans what they wanted and what we both really wanted.
Yeah.
Um, but that match, I truly believe that match is a main event anywhere, and I'm sure it will be.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the match was amazing. I think everyone in the crowd who like there were some people that weren't
Thank you.
aware of who you were at the moment, but by the end of the match, they're like, "Yo,
Yeah.
these are some big mother dudes, bro," and they were killing each other. It was
Yeah.
amazing. I loved it. I loved it. Now, I want to talk about like your death
Yeah,
match
that felt
wrestling. Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead. No, no, you talk. This is about you.
no. I was just kind of just I was just gonna just agree with you with like the because it was a lot of people came to see the Hardys and the I would say like the House of Glory faithful. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was just gonna agree like there's a lot of people that didn't know who I was, but it was really cool feeling that love after.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And then after the show, or after that match at least, I saw you come out and kind of like, watch what else was going on in the crowd. And I couldn't help but notice, I was like, yo, his back is cut up. Because he's a deathmatch wrestler. That makes a lot of sense. So I want to talk about your deathmatch wrestling. For you, when you have these kind of matches, for me
Sure.
personally, I'm not a huge deathmatch guy, but I do watch a lot of the matches. Now, when you like go through that kind of like pain to say the least. After the match, what is your body experiencing? Because I'm sure there's a lot of adrenaline during the match, so you might not feel every single thing that's happening to you. But after it, when do you feel everything that's happened to you?
So it's a feeling unlike anything I've ever felt before. And this year is my deathmatch debut, and I believe I think I have like around 10 or 12 under my belt now. between June and now. But the feeling like it's an adrenaline rush unlike anything I've ever felt in my life. And then afterwards, that like adrenaline come down is just a whole other experience. Everybody warned me about the shower. The shower was or after the debut of Slade. That shower was awful. But since then it's been fine.
Yeah.
I think it's just that first one was like, holy shit, this is intense, really bad pain. After that, they've been totally fine. But adrenaline rush wise, it's like it's just like this crazy environment that like, and again with AEW, I wrestled in like arenas full of people, right? And you
Yeah.
feel that like, oh, this is different. Deathmatch wrestling, it just brings a whole different like fight or flight feel
Yeah.
to your body, where you're like covered in blood, covered in glass, and you're like you feel like primal almost. It's so odd and so weird, but it's crazy, man, and it turns me into something different. Like uh I would say like after I was really after like the Slade match, the Tremont match, like I was really those are matches I was really feeling myself and being like, man, this is just I've never felt anything like this before in my life.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I
But
mean,
the scars are pretty yeah,
they're
the
brutal.
scars are pretty rough.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's like your goal as far as like
I
this
like
current
them
run
though.
for you? I'm sure you do. I mean, since you keep doing them, I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks terribly painful, bro. But what's like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
current like goals within wrestling right
Yeah.
now? Like you obviously have like this new independent run for you that's going very well. What's that goal for you? Is it go back to a television company? Is there a certain championship or a certain moment that you're looking for? What's that next big ambition for you?
No, so like, coming back to the indies full time and hustling was something I not only wanted to do but needed to do. Because I've been working on this year, working on being a lot more just present
Yeah,
outside of wrestling and in wrestling,
yeah,
just focusing on today. And with wrestling, it's very much like I just needed to reconnect with the inner fan again. And I I tell because people tell me all the time, they're like, where do you want to go? Where do you want to sign? Where do you want to whatever? And I'm like, I'm not even thinking about that. Like I'm like very I just I'm focusing on everything that's in front of me right now and focusing on putting together this persona and this new like this the most authentic version of myself that I can before anything like that comes along. And
yeah.
it's just been this year has just been uh just super rewarding and super just I would even say just validating that I knew I could do it. I knew for years now I knew I could do it. And I think now it's just every single weekend I'm wrestling maybe 4 or 5 times a weekend, and I'm just every single match I have I'm just dialing in on um making this new Bear Bronson come together. And just like, okay, if I was to go to TV one day back, or, if that does land in my lap, what do I want to bring to that table? And I've been throwing different things at the wall, changing up my gear, changing up like just different things. Cause I don't like to stay the same all the time. I like to change, and I like to I have like I need to grow as a person, as a performer, everything. I just need to. I can't stay complacent. I can't stay stagnant because I felt like I stayed complacent for too long, and now I'm just kicking things back into gear.
Absolutely. If I could
So
ask, like,
goals wise, like
yeah,
sorry,
no, you're good.
because I feel like I didn't answer I didn't answer the goals part. The goals is really just like again really growing as a performer and a lot of like match goals. I've knocked a lot of them out this year as far as the indies go. With like for deathmatch, Tremont was absolutely like
Yes,
peak.
yes.
Um, and now there's just other ones where like there's plenty of opportunities that intrigue me. I got announced for the GCW and GI
Yep.
because I'm like this deathmatch stuff's been really fun and rewarding. I want to throw my hand in and give my best shot to doing a tournament, And I feel like there are things on the table in deathmatch, like John Wayne Murdoch. I really hope to see in that NGI tournament. I really hope to see Otis Cogar, um, Drew Parker. There's plenty of people. Even like someone who blew up in ICW this weekend and people have known her, but she really stood out this week in Chattanooga was Vixen, and just got announced, I believe today, uh, that it will be Hoodfoot's replacement, and ICW just kills it, man, with these replacements. Anytime there's cards always subject to change, right?
Yeah.
But that's one that, like, again, my phone just started like blowing up over it this morning, just because like that's one that I'm like, let's fucking go, dude. Like that sounds awesome. And then like normal goals, like I'm having a lot of fun with my wife. Your homie didn't know me, Gabby Forza. We're the Savage Gnomes as a team, and that's just something that is just another avenue of just having the most fun I've ever had in my career. And I think that's really goals wise was go like really to just make this fun again, be the wrestler that I want to be, and have the matches that I want to have, and be perceived how I want to be perceived. Those are the goals. And it's been really great.
So if I was looking at Bear Bronson, the wrestler from AEW, versus Bear now on the independent scene, what's the difference between those two wrestlers?
Oh man, I would say everything about those two wrestlers. Because the thing is, what you're seeing now with Bear Bronson on the Indies, and uh, you know, it's the most authentic version of not just myself, but like the wrestler I've always wanted to be. And I feel like with AEW, you never really got that. And I had put out some tweets last night, where I was in my fields, I was on a long drive, and I was really thinking about like all of my peers when I worked there. Uh, I felt like everybody got to be, even if happy or unhappy, everyone's unhappy all the time, but everyone got to be the wrestler they want to be, have the matches they want to have, or I should say, like they wrestled the style that they wanted to wrestle. Um, but I was in a pretty unique position. I don't think anybody else was in really, where um, I'm so emotionally disconnected from the character that I'm being asked to portray. Um, because again, like from the jump, I mean, from Bear Country to Iron Savages, from then on, I felt like is when it was really out of my hands. Um, because it was ideas from other people, either within my stable or outside of the stable. And I'm really not the type to be combative with these things. I like to, as a professional, say, okay, if this is what you're pitching, if this is what you're asking me to do, I'll do it to the best of my ability. Um, Looking back, there are things I absolutely should have said no to that I did not say no to. Just because I don't even want to say like job scared. I was trying my best to just be a good hand and be a good professional and just not be problematic. And lost my job anyway. So, but um like I felt like from then on, the character that I was portraying, I could not relate to personally at all. Especially at first, we were like gym guys, and maybe my stablemates were, but I just go to the gym because I have to. I actually hate it. But I go to the gym every day because I have to, but I really do hate gym culture.
Yeah.
Um, so that right off the bat, I'm like, oh, I can't relate to what I'm doing,
Yeah.
which is really tough. And then I had motorboated on TV because it fit for that match where we were wrestling the Ass Boys, the Guns, Austin and Colton on Collision, and I had motorboat. I said, you could call me ass boy because I'm gonna, and then I motorboated. And it was good for the spot, I feel, because it was just an on the fly thing I said that was aggressively inappropriate. But funny, I guess, for the time. And I feel like it was like I thought it was a blessing at the time, but it was really in hindsight a curse because yes, it popped my boss, which yeah, you want to make your boss happy, but over time it just turned into that being our entire gimmick.
Yeah.
Um, and there at that point I was like, I don't even know what we are anymore. Um, but like over time, if you watch as the weeks go, the matches get shorter and shorter. It gets to a point where we're just getting squashed in like 30 seconds to a minute, and all we're asked is just do the motorboating stuff and then lose. And I'm like, okay, you know, um, and I'm just again trying to be a professional. But this is where it really comes down to like I had like I really envied my coworkers and I envied my best friends and I envied people that like got to creatively put their mind into whatever they were doing that night as their own persona and their it felt like uh it's just the difference between like them and like it's like a body of work. The body of work you're putting out, are you proud of it? Can you relate to it? Can you know? And it was just this really weird position where I feel like I was trying to turn chicken shit into chicken salad, trying my best, and um, fans shitting all over it every week. Podcast people like Jim Cornette and people calling us fat idiots and like, why do they have jobs? And you know, people just the ridicule left and right. You had fucking Dave Meltzer saying we had the worst AEW pay per view match of all time, which I'm like, okay, I don't, whatever. It was left and right negativity, left and right, and I'm just trying to do my job. I'm just trying to do what's asked of me. And even I'll even say it. I don't care. I'll say there. I felt it from my coworkers. Plenty of coworkers that are like, these fucking shitbags shouldn't have jobs, and I'm just like, and it was funny because like this would happen every week.
Yeah.
I feel like stars would see that they have that they have a match with the Iron Savages, and they go like, "Fuck."
Oh.
Then they'd wrestle, or at least then they would work with me,
Yeah.
and after always be like, "Oh, you're actually great," and I'm like, "Thanks." I don't.
It's like a backhand
What?
compliment. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah. Oh, you're actually good.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like,
It's like, what the like,
yeah. So it's
that's
just
ridiculous.
every week, and it would just get to a point where like I would tell my wife, I like every time I had to fly out, I was like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave home.
Yeah.
Um, and that's where I really learned because I was making a good check.
Yeah.
And you'll see people online, if God forbid I complain, people are like, well, you were getting paid handsomely. So, and I was like, you don't know what I was getting paid, first of all. You know, like it was fine pay. Let's
Yeah.
not get carried away here. Um, uh, but it really isn't all about the money. I learned that, and I think that's the biggest lesson I took out of being with AEW was that this is not about the money at all to me.
Yeah.
Am I working? And I'm doing great on the indies financially, to be honest with you.
Good.
But this really isn't about the money. It's about I really feel like I got into this to be the best wrestler I can be and be the wrestler I want to be and leave behind a legacy that I can be proud of. And man, I'll just say it. And I said it in my tweets. Like I am throwing it down everyone's fucking throat, man. Because there are people that have reached out to me this year and been like, man, I'm so proud of you. And I take the high road and write back, thank you. When they're, if I wanted to, I could write, hey, I have a screenshot from a group chat of you talking shit about me.
Mm,
Like, and there's plenty of those. But I take the high road and I say thank you.
yeah.
And you know, it's eye opening, but you know what? My circle has gotten a lot smaller. I realized what truly is important in my life, and it's just my wife is the most important thing in my entire world. Uh, my family, and I would say very, very, very few close friends. Very few. Other than that, I do what I want to do when I want to do it, say what I want to say, do like, and it's been home run after home run. I'm having the matches I finally want to have with people I want to wrestle. Um, I've been very lucky to run into these companies like GCW, Wrestling Open, Beyond, Limitless, C4, all these places that are like, just be you, whatever you want, just be you. And I'm very, very lucky for that because then it's like, it's because of these companies giving me that trust and that like them seeing it in me.
Yeah,
Um, it feels really good. It feels really, really good. Everything feels right. And I'm doing my best to just try to stay present in that because it's just so it's I actually get to smell the roses now. And I went from also another difference between the two Bronsons is like one of them wrestled once a week for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. The other one's wrestling 4 or 5 times a weekend, the very least 10 minutes each match. The
good,
very least. They're
good.
usually about 20
Hell yeah,
minutes, sometimes 30.
yeah,
So it's like my work output is just quadrupled
yeah.
and like more than that, really. And it just feels like I could just be proud of what I'm doing again. And like, I guess it really is no shade to AEW, the company.
No,
Um, I'll say fuck the doubters and fuck the, whatever. But the AEW, the company, again, they did hire me. They did pay me. Um, and I think it really just was in hindsight, like maybe I just should have stood up for myself more. And maybe I should have said no to things I, in hindsight, absolutely should have said no to. Um, but I'm also a believer in that the universe works in really weird ways and everything does really happen for a reason. And it's the timing on everything does really feel right. And I'm not going to say his name, but the person that released me over the phone, um, that called me and told me we're not going to renew you, uh, gave me a really, really great speech over the phone where it was like, hey, man, just like I believe in you. Just go out there and just show them. Just go. And like that phone call felt really great. It felt like a new beginning. And the very next week was the match with Slade and everything just from there. And I have things I wish I could, but like I have things coming up I'm not even allowed to talk about, like a lot of things. Not even just one thing, like a bunch of things that I cannot wait to tell fans and tell my all my friends and everything, like the things that like I've wanted to do forever.
good.
And things that I couldn't do with AEW, like um because we were just in this role. Uh and I'm just is I would say, so going back to your question of what's the difference between the two, the difference is everything. The difference is everything, and it all feels right.
I'm happy you're in this place where now you feel like you can like reconnect with the wrestler and the fan. Like I can definitely tell through, the way you're answering the questions, like, oh my gosh, like he's really, this run for you now is like a ability to like reconnect with professional wrestling as like a sport and as someone that like grew up watching the business. So I'm definitely happy you're able to have this like moment in your career and you have all these cool, exciting moments coming up for you. So, definitely we'll, keep watching and making sure that we follow everything that you're doing. To ask like a more detailed question like about AEW, if I could, do you feel like
Sure.
because of that controversy with your former tag team partner, that kind of sidelined you as far as like becoming like a single star in that company?
I would, you know what? Yes and no. Um, so that's I feel an entirely different situation where
Yeah.
I totally understand the the like because that was a very wild week.
Yeah.
And I actually this is what I haven't talked about this in interviews, but I will because fuck it. Um that was a really wild week where I was actually on a date with my wife for Valentine's Day. We were in the city. I took her out to dinner, and both our phones just started blowing up because of the confusion.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why there was confusion because we both didn't have the same name for a while, like
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So
Years.
whatever, but there was a lot of confusion there, and I will say, and listen, this will come off as a AEW hate, but it's not. I just wasn't getting any help from them. So, we do, was it the best PR move to like put out my own statements? I don't know. I felt like it helped me a lot because there was a lot of like, I felt like I had to clear the air and save, like I
Yeah.
had to, you know, like I had to, no one was fighting for me or, you know, I had to do it myself. So I probably got flack for that, but I don't care. Um, but because I had to like clear the air on that immediately. Me and my wife were like looking at each other like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
Yeah.
and that was just a really weird thing. But when it goes to like, I think at that point too, I truly believe that even if that stuff didn't happen, I think we would have been released anyway. Um, just because where the direction of the Iron Savages was going, uh, I don't know what more we could do or how much more we could put people over, and there definitely was no like comeback or anything. I definitely did not see that writing on the wall at all. But I guess I could definitely put myself in their shoes and be like, yeah, like maybe pushing the partner of what happened. I don't even know how to say it, but like
Yeah, but like that company to have that
a
issue come
gamble.
up. Yeah, they
I
have
could
that issue
definitely
come up, and
see.
then
Yeah,
pushing the other guy, like even though you obviously weren't a part of it, you weren't doing anything
right,
related to it. It's like because of that connotation of that guy was tagged with that. So even though you're not a part of it and that's not you, and it's like it's an uncomfortable situation because then it reminds people of
right.
something, but it's something that you didn't even do to begin with.
And I truly believe, like, and this is just the way people are. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
say wrestling fans, just the way people
Yeah.
are. I absolutely believe they would have ran into if they did let me go on my own and do my thing.
Yeah.
People just don't do their research.
They
So they
don't.
would have
Yeah.
gotten they would have got thousands of tweets like, is it they're pushing the guy that did this to like,
It's like that's not you though.
no,
Like else someone
right.
else. Yeah.
Just use Google. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I do understand from that point. And you know, I do feel like this is worth talking about because like this I haven't talked about this in interviews and stuff like that, like this aspect,
Mhm.
but it's very interesting and it's very because there are people that ask why didn't this why would and I
Mhm.
have had time to think about it and I think it was right and it felt very good to this is something I've never talked about publicly. um I have I'm not going to get into what we talked about, but I have run into Tony. Um, and I got to thank him in person. Thank you for giving me a job and thank you for everything that you've done. And he told me he was proud of me. And he told me like he loved everything I was doing. He said he loved the deathmatch stuff. He said he loved, I won't get into further what we talked about, but like
That's fair.
just like it meant a lot to me uh because we were in the same vicinity and if I put myself in a billionaire's shoes and this billionaire knows he's in the same vicinity as people he's fired,
Yeah.
I would have my head on a swivel. You
Yeah.
don't know how people react to these things. You don't know, like, so I honestly was like, if I put myself in his shoes, I'm like, man, I don't want to, like, I'm just gonna be over here.
Yeah,
And
because
then he
you wouldn't
called,
be sure of like how
yeah,
you could react to because you were released from the company. It's like, is this guy pissed at me or is he okay with me? He
yes,
doesn't know. Yeah.
right. So I already had that in my head, and I'm like, I'm not gonna, whatever. And he called over to me and called me over
Yeah.
and had nothing but really nice words and was just like, um, he again, I'll just say, like, he told me he was proud of me. He told me he loved what I'm doing and stuff like that. And he told me, like, I can say this. He told me the door is always open. And I was like,
Right.
man, like, that's what a fucking, like, what a cool thing, Like, I was like, that's really, he did not have to do that. He could have just ignored me the rest of the night and not, you know, like, said anything, and I wouldn't have said, whatever. But the fact that he called me over and said all those things in a very Tony upbeat way,
Yeah.
um, very cool. Very, very cool. That's something I'll never forget. And you know, I feel like any of the gripes or any bitter feelings I have with AEW are not with Tony himself.
That's
Um, if anything, it'd be with, like, coworkers,
yeah.
people that just looked at me like I was a fucking goof, you
Mm.
know. But that's not Tony's fault. That's he's I always understood that when we're home and we're not at the show,
Yeah.
and Tony's home and not at the show, or Tony's on a plane, or Tony, though, he is not thinking about Barrett Bronson. Like, he's that guy has I don't think he sleeps.
Probably
That
not.
guy that guy works 24/7.
Yeah.
24/7. So I was fully very I take pride in being very self-aware and in the good and the bad times. And I was very aware of that.
Yeah.
So again, I'll wrap it back around to, like, just that felt very, very good. And I really, I'll go back to your question. Like, I truly believe me not getting a singles run after that, or me not, like, them not taking a chance, or, whatever. I really don't think that was out of any malice feelings. I just think it was just probably a very uncomfortable time. Maybe it would have been too soon, like, um, and I really do think too, I needed to just get away. I needed to go reinvent myself. I needed to go uh not start from square one, because something Santana told me that really has stuck with me is, you're not, when I left the company, he said, you're not starting from square one, you're starting from experience.
Mm.
And that stuck with me hard. And yeah, man, I'll just say it again. Everything feels right. Everything feels right. And when I run into Tony, I believe it was like a month ago.
Ah,
Um, yeah, it was like a month ago, and it felt great. It felt really good.
if I could ask you about Mike Santana, obviously he just had like a big
Sure.
win, winning that TNA World Championship. Seeing like the path he's taken as someone that was, essentially a part of like the first ever Dynamite, being part of the inner circle, and having his, I guess like run-ins and just different situations, I guess with AEW that led to him leaving, and then eventually, he goes to TNA and he becomes the world champion. Honestly, I've met Mike Santana, I've interviewed him a few times now. Just the nicest guy ever. Love that dude. Like for you watching someone that to do something like that, to be at like that pinnacle of AEW, to always be featured, to then leave the company and then go become a world champion somewhere else. Is that like motivating to you as far as like, there's a road for me outside of just AEW?
It was the biggest motivation. It was by far the biggest motivation. I would say the first bit of motivation was Frankie Kazarian,
Yeah.
watching him leave and just go be who he wants to be and go, like, take another route. But then I think for me, um, watching Mike do that, because I feel like him and I, even though in different, very different levels, um, him and I definitely had people in our lives that were like, man, just be grateful. Just like, look, you're on TV. Like, look, you're, whatever, like, you're making, there, there's so many people that say to us, that say to me, I'm sure they've said to him, like, man, I'd kill to be in your spot. And I'm like, well, you don't know how you feel until you get there.
Yeah.
Um, and watching him, he's just, I feel like, dude, he is a dog, man. Like, he is one of the most dialed in people I've ever met. Where anybody, the way he is, I feel like anybody that's said to his face, like, no, man, like that spot that you want, that's not for you. That spot, that main event guy, that top guy thing, that's not for you. I feel like he just looked and smirked and just, all right,
Yeah.
watch me,
Yeah.
you know, and look at him now, you know, it's to me, that stuff hits like crazy to me. Um, to where, you know, I'm speaking very like everything I was talking about before, where you said like you felt like the fan of me and all that stuff. I'm speaking very positively now, but a year ago, 2 years ago, I was home in my room talking to my wife with my hands on my head saying all these same things. Like, I know I can do it. I know the world isn't seeing what I want them to see. They're just seeing this guy making an ass of himself. Like, and coworkers are looking at me with stink eye, like, fuck, this fucking idiot, you know? Um, but I'd be, and my wife would just be like, whatever you want to do, I'm by your side. Like, if we have to eat shit, I don't, it's not about the money to me. Like, we're married.
Yeah.
Like, we're in this together. And she gave me she gave me all the confidence in the world to go like really get it for myself. And I don't know where I would be without her. She is just everything to me. Um, the strength to even just like, even just take risks, and just like even with the deathmatch stuff
Yeah.
or other things, other changes, because I like to change, Um, she is the one who inspires me to like listen to my heart and listen to the fan in here. Because every like, now I'm on a great run, but at first I had plenty of people like, dude, what are you doing? Like, are people thinking I was crashing out? And I'm like, nah, man, I'm just I want to. It's been a long time since I've done something just crazy, and I need to just let it out. I need to let this guy out. And yeah, I would say Mike was the one where I'd watched him do it, and I watched every single thing he was doing while I was there, and I watched every single thing he did when he left, and I never took my eyes off what he was doing, and I was just like, man, like I feel like I can do it too.
And you can. I think there's definitely a road for you to become a world
Yeah,
champion as well. Like GCW
yeah,
world titles right there. I think that's
sure,
very much in your grasp to definitely get at some point, by the end of this year,
sure.
next year. Like it's definitely in the grasp of possibilities for you. Now
Thanks,
looking
man.
at like this current run that you're going on right now, you talk about like your past as far as like, what you want to do now, the wrestler that you want to become. Um, we talked about your goals and ambitions already, but I really want to get down to the point of like when you are stepping into that professional wrestling ring now in 2025, doing what you've already done before and the experience that you now have, what's the emotion like knowing that you're able to get into the ring and do exactly what you want to do?
It's liberating, liberating. Um, even the Zilla match, like it felt so cool to feel that from him too,
Yeah,
where it, the mission is just so much more simple. It's the mission now is just we look at each other, we look at the spot on the card we're in, we look at the entire card and we go, how can we stand out?
yeah,
Let's just be us. Let's be us. I'm not gonna do flippy shit better than Amazing Red. Neither of us are, you know. Um, let's just go be us and let's just let two dogs fight. And again, when it's like that simple
yeah.
and it's them going, hey, you guys have this much time, go crazy. Just don't break shit. Well, I did break some shit, but like, uh, and like, it's just the same thing. It's especially when people are putting their faith in you, it just helps even more. Like, like again, like GCW, Limitless, Wrestling Open, those promoters are all like, just be you, you know? So that's when I step into that ring, I'm like, I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to be me. I want to help the person that I'm wrestling be them. And how can we stand out? And how can we like, it's like, you know, it's cool, man. Cause every day I went from like every single weekend, Friday would be going to an airport, long travel day of just trucking along. Saturday doing something no one's ever going to see ever again, probably for a minute, 60 seconds, whatever. And then Sunday, I'm traveling home in airports just with my head down, just disappointed. Now I have at least 4 bookings a weekend. And every single one, I get to sink my teeth in and go, how can I make this one memorable? How can I make today special? And then how can I make tomorrow special? And the next day special? And then Monday special? You know,
Yeah.
like I actually feel like my creative juices are going. And now it's even cooler to where I'm even more flexible to where like it's so funny when one weekend I'm bleeding a gallon of blood in the like in like these
Yeah.
violent death matches. And then the very next day, I'm at a family friendly show where a child is pulling me up so that I can make the 10 count. Like it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'm really it's like I get to experiment every day.
Yeah.
And I went from not growing at all, maybe even regressing, to I feel like a better wrestler every single day.
It's amazing. Thank you so much for the time that you're giving, obviously, and your openness to be able to talk about, certain topics when it comes to like things that happen in your career. And, usually when I end these interviews, I'm ending on like a super high funny note. But after all that serious conversation, I'm really just happy for you. I'm happy to see what you're doing right
Thank you.
now. And I'm hoping for all the best for you and what's coming forward with your career. But I have to ask you the question because I ask every wrestler this question. Bear
Please.
Bronson, what is your Waffle House order?
I always forget the gimmick names for it, but it's just simple. It's
Yeah.
what no, Grand Slam is Denny's.
All Star.
All Star.
Yeah.
All Star. All
Hell
Star.
yeah.
Yeah.
All Star.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, just very with scrambled. I love my
Yeah.
eggs scrambled. Um, everything where it needs to be. And I was just talking about Waffle House yesterday because
Hell yeah.
I was traveling all weekend with Will Cruz. And
Yeah.
I feel like we just met this weekend and I feel like we've been best friends for 10 years.
Awesome.
What an amazing individual. But I brought up Waffle House to him
Yeah.
and we're just kind of talking about that. So it's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, are you getting Waffle House sauce on it? Do you know what the sauce is?
No, wait. I
Whoa.
just
You
like
don't know about
syrup,
what?
just
You don't know
syrup,
about Waffle House
just
sauce?
syrup.
Whoa. Whoa. You don't know about Waffle House
Uh,
sauce? What
what
the
am I
fuck?
missing?
Wait,
What is this?
Waffle House. Okay, think like you ever had Chick-fil-A sauce?
Absolutely.
Okay, as one should. Now think that, but like turn up the sexiness of the sauce. That is Waffle House sauce. Yeah, yeah.
I've never had wow. I don't know. I just have syrup and
What
oh shit.
syrup? No, yuck. Throw that crap away. You need to get a gallon
What?
of the sauce. You need to pour it on everything, and whatever you can't eat with a fork, you get a straw, bendy straw, and you drink it.
Holy shit. Okay, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
When
That's
I
some
do
real
that, I
deathmatch
will
shit.
message you. I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah, please
tag you
do.
when I do it. Awesome.
My guy.
Damn.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Bear,
Sick.
thank you so much for your time, man. Where can they find you on social media if they're not already following you?
You can find me at Bear Bronson underscore on Instagram.
Yeah.
On X, you can find me at Bear Bronson BC. And then my pro wrestling tee store is just Bear Bronson. And I have plenty of new designs on there that I love and I'm very proud of because I haven't, it's been a while since I've done that too. And yeah, go check those out because they're very fun.
There it is, Bear. Thank you so much for your time. Guys, my name is Malcolm. This is Muscle Memory, and we're out.
going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. Ay.